So that's what I'm going based off of. If we're going to talk about like where the man has to put his life in danger for a woman he doesn't know, that's a whole separate conversation. And that's, for me, I feel like I would have different answers for that. But I think this situation was just so small that I don't think it's a thing where we should like have any. I don't know. I don't think. I mean, you should want to just help somebody.
Can
No,
I
the
ask you a
thing, the
question?
thing about
And
it is the expectations. The expectations are crazy. We're
right.
expecting people that we don't know or have any kind of connection with or know what they got going on to just willingly come out and help. But yet, people from a different country can say they don't want a tip. Like, people have so many different expectations. It's crazy. Like, if the men don't want to come and help and the woman didn't feel like she needed to ask, then that's on her. If she knew she needed help, she knew that she was carrying up that heavy ass chair, why didn't you say something? It's like people want people to just go out of their way for no reason, but
I
yet
don't
they're
think
not going
I
out of
think
their
it was
way. They're
American,
not going to
so
go
she
out
don't
of
need
their
the
way
help by
for
American.
men. They're not going to go out of their way.
I think the woman was an
They're not.
American
They're
woman.
not going. Women are not going out of their way for men the way that women want men to go out of their way for them. Women are not out here doing
Yep.
female things or feminine things for the men to make them feel however they need to feel as a man. So why is it that we're having all these expectations for them?
Facts. She's cooking. Man, I love women like this. Like, she's the beautiful woman, but the way she speaks. Because let's be fair. Women who speak positively or in defense of men are very rare. So Kamaya is already a good looking black queen. So by her speaking like this, it just even makes her more. She just makes me want to fall in love with her. But back to the point. Like exactly what she said. Women always expect men to do A, B, C, D, but they never mention what they're gonna do for a man. And she's absolutely right. So until women can be like, hey, I expect a man to do A, B, C, D for me, but here I'm also gonna do A, B, C, D for him, then only then shall we have a conversation about what men should do for women.
Doesn't
That's
make any sense.
because men and women are not different. Women don't come to a man's rescue. And we're not even talking about, I don't know what level you're talking about, but if we're talking about
I'm just talking about from being like a pillar
All
of rest.
level.
From what what women are supposed to be doing. We're supposed to be submissive. We're supposed to be pleasant. Like Anton said, you rebranded yourself. You look pleasant. You look more receiving. You look ready to
Yes.
receive what somebody else has to say instead of just pouncing. That it took something in you to change it in your mind to where it's like, oh, let me fix myself. Let me be softer.
Yes.
Women nowadays are not like that, Dalen, and you know this. So men need softness. Men need women to be women, but it's not that. So if women want men to be men, then women need to be women to men.
Facts. Because, guys, look at this, right? Let's say a man is walking on the street and then he meets two types of women. One, he says, hi, how you doing? And then she responds, hey, I'm good, how you doing? Nice, with a smile, right? And then the next woman, he's like, hey, how you doing? And she gives him attitude, hey, don't talk to me. If those two women get in trouble, guess which woman is probably gonna help faster or fast? It's gonna be the woman who is smiling at him. But these days, they can't even smile at you. They just give you the look of, don't talk to me, you're broke and dusty. It's like, come on, man.
but that does not defend her saying, well, it's a shame. I don't think she was complaining, but more so making an observation that
She was
what we're
complaining.
used to is that if you're carrying something, if you need visible help with something, if a man sees it, he wants to help. Whether he sees you with groceries or sees you moving furniture, or even if he comes to your house and he sees that you have a leaky faucet, he wants to offer his assistance. I think she's saying that we see so many men not being able to offer that in a sense where you can say, well, they don't want to be taken advantage of by a woman who may treat them like crap anyway. And it's like, you don't get to say to yourself, well, I don't want to help this elderly woman. I don't want to help this young woman. I don't want to help this little girl because what if they're mean to me? You can't worry about that. That's stupid. So I think
It's easy for you as a woman to say men shouldn't worry about it. It's stupid because you never have to be in that position. You have never helped no man. You have never helped no man who's a stranger. And you have never tried to approach a man to ask for his number. So it's easy for you to think men are stupid for being scared of Me Too's, for being scared of falsely accused, for being scared of being put on TikTok to go viral and to be embarrassed. It's easy for you as a woman to say it's stupid for men to be scared. It's easy because you never have to approach a man. But until you can help a man who's a stranger and doing more than 10 times, until you can approach more than 10 men, asking them for their numbers and asking them to go on dates, until then you cannot tell men they're scared. Because you will never have to be in a position where you have to be scared either by, for being falsely accused.
That saying like, oh, well, you wouldn't do this for me. How do you know? Someone needed help and you decided not to help them. It has nothing to do with, oh, well, women are misbehaving these days. And on top of that, why are we saying conflating a woman that's unlikable or a woman that doesn't deserve someone to help them should be put in the same category of a woman who's clearly minding her business and is noticing she needs help and a man didn't offer? Sure, she could have asked, but she's pointing out that, damn, usually a man would offer before you even have to open your mouth.
Yeah, that was then, like 20 years ago, where a man could just randomly help women they don't know, strangers, to carry groceries, to carry bags, just assume that all women are good women. Back then when TikTok wasn't a thing, that women would just pull out their phones to record men and make them go viral and scream, oh, help, he's trying to hurt me, even if the guy is just saying, hey, I would like to take you out. You are speaking about 20 years ago, ma'am. You are speaking about 20 years ago, maybe even 30 years ago. But right now, 2025, any man who just approaches a strange woman, a woman he doesn't know in public, you a fool. Because the chances of her saying, hey, I like you too, I'll give you my number with a smile, are slim to none. And Slim died yesterday. It's more likely she's going to pull out her phone, scream that you're trying to do something, put you on TikTok, or even just say, leave me alone, broke Dusty. Even if you're trying to help. We have seen so many of these things on social media. So this woman is trying to speak like as if feminism, it doesn't exist, as if men don't go through these things every single day.
Well, Daylon, I think you're missing the point.
Yeah,
I think you're missing the point of why I think Anton wanted to cover this. And I have to also say that I think that the men are onto something when they say that, at least online, what I see is women have, and congratulations, more freedoms and ability to move about the world like they have never before been able to in history. Right? Women are evolving. They have more privileges, they have more education, they have more financial freedom. They are evolving. The problem is that they want certain things, they want certain behaviors. The men didn't suddenly have some awakening, right? So the men have been kind of here the whole time. And what I think the men are saying is that women who have this stance of, I'm, educated, I'm my own boss and everything else, but I want to pick a la carte the things that I like about patriarchy that I benefit from. And I want those things to say because it benefits me. So it's like, okay, I don't like the whole, stay at home, this and that and the other, but I want to work, but I also want you to give me your money. And so my money is my money and your money is my money too.
Exactly. They just want to be independent, keep their money. And it's always funny to me because they say they're independent. They make all this much money. They don't need no broke man. They want a man on their level. But in the same breath, after saying they have all this much money, they still expect the man to come and pay their bills. And they get to save their money. So I always ask myself, which man is willing to take that deal? Because it's not like when you start paying her bills, she's going to stop working. No, she's going to keep working, save her money. But as you work, you're working for her because now you're paying her bills. Before you came into her life, she was paying her bills. But now that you're into her life, you're paying her bills and your bills. And she's saving her money. So when the relationship ends, which 90% chance she's gonna break up with you after some time because she's not happy. We all know what that means. And then you have not been saving any money because you've been paying her bills, but she has been saving her money. And it's true what they say that men save money when they are not in relationships, and women save money when they are in relationships.
You know,
Right.
I'm gonna put you on TikTok because you opened the door for me. You're gonna give somebody a hard time. Like literally,
yeah, good
I
point.
had to get after my own daughter because I have one son, and my son knows that if I approach a door, I pause and wait. He is opening the door. And there was
Wow.
two of my little girls were like, oh, you know, why are you pausing? I said, because that is what a gentleman does. That's what he does. And they were like, well, he doesn't have to open every. I said, that's not the point. I had to tell them because the indoctrination of these women is real. It's like, it would be different if we wanted to be completely autonomous, right? And say, we're going to just live out. But no, we still have these expectations of men that are very traditional. We want them to be providers. We want to be protectors. We want them to have all of these things that we really, really like about the patriarchy, just not that other stuff that we don't like.
Facts.
And so if just think about if it was in your situation, you wouldn't think it was fair. So I'm just saying
they can't think in their situation because that makes them take accountability. So I understand you have given good intentions to make them understand or be fair to men, but women like Darlene, she can't put herself in a man's situation because it doesn't benefit her. Because she gets to help the man, she gets to pay the man's bills as the man isn't paying bills. She gets to, you know, to help strange men. She gets to approach strange men that she doesn't know. It puts her in a bad situation. It puts her in a situation where she has to hold herself accountable. So she cannot ever put herself in the situation or even try to understand.
that a lot of men are just saying, well, you like it, I love it.
Mm-hmm.
You like it, I love it. Like,
do we see how dangerous that can be if we continuously allow men to just say, you know, I don't want to do simple things because I'm fearful, or
Yeah, because they are fearful of real issues. I don't know why she can't understand this for the love of me. Have you ever been falsely accused of doing something and then you get to lose your whole life, go to prison, you know, lose your job? Have you ever been in the situation of being accused of something that you didn't do and people just don't even believe you? Have you ever been in a situation where you have been rejected publicly and called you a predator? Have you ever been in a situation where someone pulls out their phone and records you and puts you on social media because you simply try to talk to them? Have you ever been in that situation? Have you ever been in a situation where you had to take out people on multiple dates, pay for their dinners, and then they send you a message saying, hey, it was nice to meet you, but you didn't take me to a 5-star hotel, so you're not a good man? Have you been in a situation where you try to tell someone, hey, let's go have a coffee, and they call you broke because you suggested you take them to a coffee instead of a dinner date? Have you been in those situations? The answer is no. So for you to say men are just scared or they shouldn't be scared, you know, it's funny how you speak from a position of privilege.
I don't think
What do you mean?
I think the women who are out here saying that the women, that men are irrelevant, that they're not needed, that they're also violent, all of the things. Like, listen, I have listened to women online. I'm not saying it's you, Daylin. I don't know. I'm saying that I have listened to women say the most horrible thing. Imagine if every time you open your phone or open your laptop, there's something bad being said about you. You would feel a certain way. You wouldn't feel endearing.
I don't make a cop out because I could say the same thing. Like men, like now, you know, I get talked about. You know, Dalen has a big mouth, this, that, and the third. That does not mean when a brother says or any man says, "Good morning, young lady. You look beautiful today," and I say, "Well, you looking not too shabby yourself, young man." Like, I'm not gonna say to myself, I ain't saying shit to that. You know, I'm not.
Yeah, but they're still approaching you. In the scenario you gave, men are still approaching you. You need to give us scenarios where you're helping strange men, approaching strange men, you know, taking out strange men on dates and paying for them and being ghosted. We need those situations. Until then, you will never understand what men have to go through.
Going to, or even if I see, something that I could do for a guy, I'm not going to tell myself, well, shoot, he could be dangerous or he could be this, because then I will be consumed by fear. I will be consumed by social media talk. I don't think that it's healthy for us to have this mindset, because
I don't think it's healthy either, but you can't expect these men to be psychic. Like, they can't look at you and say, Daylin is going to be the type of person who's going to appreciate if I
Exactly.
lift the chair and open the door for her. And then, some other woman is going to put me on TikTok because how dare I open the door for her or think that I can't do something? Like, literally, it's like, these are the conversations women need to be having with themselves about why we continue to communicate these messages, even if it's not us who's doing it. Like, these women are going viral saying the most vile things, but then you guys want to turn around and have and then I'm seeing videos of women saying, well, where are the men? It's like, bruh, you sitting up here, the mixers, they're not coming to the mixers. Why aren't they coming to the mixers? Because you guys are filming them while you guys are on dates. You guys are humiliating them. You guys are doing all of these things. Like, why would anybody want to deal with that? So
Facts, man. She's cooking. Shout out to Pink Pill. And I probably disagree with what she has to say most of the times, because sometimes she's a feminist, sometimes she's not. They pick and choose. But for now, Pink Pill, thank you, Mama, you're speeding. And it's true. Like, which man is going to choose the kind of situation to put himself in? It's a lose-lose situation, because even when you think you're doing good, she's going to say, oh, you're not good enough. If you take her on a date that's only $50, or they're going to call you cheap because it was not $200. If you ask her to go on a coffee date because you don't know her very well, you don't want to be used for free dinner, they're still going to call you broke and cheap. If you don't approach, it's going to be like Daylin saying, oh, men are beta males, they are weak, why are they scared of approaching? If you don't help them and you don't want to go on TikTok, oh, why are you scared? It's like men can't win. It's a lose-lose situation. So most guys are giving up. They're like, you know what, instead of dealing with this, I'll just go to Colombia, to Brazil, to Africa, or not even date at all. But what do you guys think? This was a good conversation. Shout out to Anton Daniels, link down below.